We started Pet-a-Tet as a rescue group about 10 years ago. We just help Ukraine, Russia, Serbia to find placement of their unwanted dogs in the United States. And about 3 years ago, we traveled first to Montenegro as tourists, and we found ourselves in the middle of crisis. It was so obvious, and the very first dog was saved from the street, and she was very sick, was literally right on the highway across the street from our shelter. And that gave us an idea that we have to stay here to help to do something. We bought this piece of land, we built these structures, we got a license to operate a legal shelter, and now we're 100% involved in everything and that animal welfare is required. We find animals from the streets, we give them medical treatment, we sterilize them, and we'll find lovely homes abroad so we can take them to their forever families. Last year alone, we transported over 200 dogs into the United States ourselves.
But so you do that all around the world. So it's not only United
The
States.
facility is the first shelter we have. It's right here in Montenegro. We did that as a volunteers. We flew to Ukraine, Estonia, Serbia, and we have a bunch of volunteers helping us in Belgrade, where they pick up the animals from the street, they treat them, and we come pick them up and find them home. But here, yes, it's our first facility that we actually invested into, and trying to make a good statement and make a big change in this country.
How do you handle emotional and logistical difficulties of rescuing and caring for so many abandoned animals?
It's not easy. Unfortunately, almost every trip to the city, we end up bringing somebody back home, back to the shelter. It takes a big toll, specifically on my wife. She's very emotional about it. She cries almost every day. For me, although it's painful, but somebody has to stay strong and consider me to be a muscle behind it. So I do all the heavy work. She's doing all the brain work. As far as transportation, it does take toll physically and emotionally to fly every month, sometimes twice a month to the United States, back and forth. But this is the path we choose, and I'm not complaining. While I'm young, I can afford it. When I'm going to get old, we'll see the difference.
What kind of support does your shelter need most right now, and how can people get involved or help?
Support, we need any type of help will be appreciated. Hands-on volunteer help to help with animals in the shelter, with the cleanup, with the daily walks. Because all those dogs, they need to be socialized. They have to have daily walks on a leash, they have to get used to people, so they'll be rehabilitated after stressful life on the street and then be able to finally move into their forever homes. Food, if any donation will be appreciated. All towels, pretty much anything that involves life shelter, we need some help. As far as getting help from the government, we're not there yet. We spoke to quite a few people, and usually our conversations end where it starts. Okay, we like what you do, and you're on your own, and that's okay. Again, we chose this, we decided to help, and we're not going to give up. Unfortunately, we have quite a few issues with the government itself. For example, I opened this shelter as a company because I had to do it, and for 4 months in a row I cannot get my baravak done. Every time I bring the paperwork to MUP, they send me back for another paper. I submitted everything 3 times. My bank account is frozen because I cannot give them my new baravak. I cannot pay for the dog food. I cannot pay my taxes. I cannot pay my utility bills. I have to bring cash from America to pay my bills and then fly back. That's not acceptable, to be honest with you. It's quite frustrating.
How you see any positive challenges in the public awareness or attitudes toward animal welfare in Montenegro since you started the shelter?
Yesterday we had a meeting with Mayor of Barana, and he was quite impressed with our facility, and we're in preliminary agreement to talk and maybe help him to build another shelter in his town, because that up north they don't have animal shelters at all, and that's a complete disaster area. So I hope we'll cooperate and we'll help him and assist him to do a nice facility to bring it to the standard that we have. And we talk to a lot of people. We want to start educational programs starting from the very beginning, from schools. It's our initiative, so that children from the very early age know exactly what it takes to raise an animal. That animal is not a property, animal is not a toy. Animal is a part of our life and we have to take care of it. So we try to, in America they have a program, they call it community hours. It goes toward the credit, toward your graduation credit. And we try to implement the same program here, that kids can come here, play around with dogs, help us out. We'll put some hours on their list and they'll learn firsthand what it takes to love the animal. Because right now when you pass a dog on the street, everybody just, okay, it's another animal, it's another whatever. We want to change that, and that takes time and education. And if we can get involved from an early age in school, I think in the long run it will make a big difference. Takes a few years, but it's okay. We have time, and we work a lot of sterilization. We pick up kittens from the street, we sterilize them. Unfortunately, we have to let them go, but at least we start eliminating this overpopulation problem that's completely out of control. And also, we're trying to bring education into the communities to teach people that sterilizing an animal is not an abuse, is not an insult to an animal. It's actually a good thing to do because, first of all, it stops overpopulation. Second, it controls the disease. Third, it controls the attitude toward animals, because the less homeless animals you'll have, the more public will be acceptable of the animals, and there will no accidents of biting or any of that nature. So our program is complex. It takes a lot of stages. And we're implementing step by step by step. We hope to get a Ministry of Agriculture, Ministry of Education meeting next week, so we can push our agenda, and we're willing to put our time, our efforts 100% for this country to make sure that we'll see change in a few years.